In this brief episode of the Director's Playbook, we'll look at a fascinating bit of sound editing and character design in WALL-E. And how it establishes context, character, and theme in less than 2 minutes.
Ta-da!
Question: how do you introduce the world, the problem, and the solution without a single word of dialogue on page 1 of a screenplay? Let's import the script into Studio Binder to see how it's done. Listen to the interplay of music and sound design. What do we learn from the combination of sound and image?
Out there,
Exterior, space, fade in, stars, and the upbeat show tune, Put On Your Sunday Clothes.
Slick Town, Barnaby.
At this point, the sound and image are aligned. Gorgeous visuals, soundtracked with a bright and peppy show tune.
Listen, Barnaby. Listen, Barnaby.
But then we dive toward the earth, a post-apocalyptic ruin.
Put on your Sunday clothes, there's lots of world out there.
At this point, the sound and image are diametrically opposed. Our expectations established in the first few moments are now complicated.
Girls in white and a purple.
Now, listen to what happens to the music. A slow fade out, dissolving into thin air. Echo and reverb are added to suggest the passage of time, like a fading memory.
We'll see the shows at Delmonico's and we'll close the town in a whirl. And we won't come home until we kiss your girl.
On the soundtrack now is only the hollow wind of an abandoned world. But then, just as surprising as it left, the music returns. No longer a non-diegetic musical score, it's now coming from a new source, WALL-E. The script includes this juxtaposed sound and imagery.
We're gonna find adventure in the evening air. Girls
But what's not in the script is the music fading out and back in. This was a decision made later, but what a powerful decision it was. Imagine the scene without the soundtrack transition. Let's allow the music to continue without fading to hear the difference.
Girls in white in a perfume night where the lights are bright as the stars. Put on your Sunday clothes, we're gonna ride through town. In one of those new horse-drawn open...
There is still tension between the joyful music played over pessimistic visuals, but the simple technique of fading the music out gives the entire scene depth and richness. It's a brief moment to allow us to consider the full gravity of the situation. The end of the world. Our first glimpses of WALL-E give us even more information. He's rusty, broken down. Clearly, he's been doing this job for a long time. 700 years to be exact. And that speaks volumes about WALL-E's character. Abandoned and alone for centuries, he still does his job. But before we write him off as simply a mindless robot, WALL-E reveals his personality. He's innocent, curious, childlike, which is reflected in his character's design. In their book, The Illusion of Life, Disney animators Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston lay out the 12 principles of animation. One of these they call appeal, which includes an easy-to-read design, clear drawing, and personality development that will capture and involve the audience's interest. One way to do that is to highlight and accentuate a defining characteristic of that character. Wally's eyes are his defining characteristic.
I think the key part of getting a robot to emote and us to really feel like he's alive is making sure that the insides of the eyes feel like they have a soul.
Wally's endearing and sympathetic design perfectly balances the post-apocalyptic tone. Consider how much storytelling was accomplished here. In less than 2 minutes, we've established our world, our problem, and our solution. This is masterful and economic storytelling. Proof that the right combination of sound and image can tell a complete story. Studio Binder is built to help you make these kinds of choices. Script, shot list, storyboard, and break down your projects to find the most powerful presentation of any scene. Check the description to sign up for Studio Binder. It's free to get started. If you enjoyed this bit of film analysis, click subscribe and the bell. We'll be sharing our love for movies like Wall-E until the cockroaches take over. See you in the next one.